Radio right here with Johnny Nelson and Tony Bellew. We're leaving Ruiz, Joshua. I guess we got to start calling it Joshua Ruiz again. What did you make of Joshua's performance tonight?
Exceptional. Didn't put a foot wrong. Didn't exchange, didn't trade when I know he wanted to at certain times. He went in there with the approach tonight of, this is a job. I'm going to stick to the game plan. Showed a maturity that very few thought he had in him. I knew he had that in him, and I said it out there out loud. I said he done it with the Joseph Parker fight, and tonight he done it with a much more reserved display than the Parker fight, because the guy put so much pressure on. Joseph Parker, let's be totally honest, gave up after 3 rounds. This guy didn't tonight. Andy Ruiz is a soldier. Tried every minute of every round, but he couldn't deal with the foot movements. He couldn't deal with the speed and the feet of Anthony Joshua. It was all too much, and he had no shock factor to him tonight, and that was the big difference. Anthony Joshua knew that Andy Ruiz could hurt him, so he treated him with the right amount of respect. He respected him in the first fight, don't make no mistake, but he genuinely didn't believe Andy Ruiz could hurt him.
Were you surprised that Andy Ruiz's hands were at home so much? It didn't seem like his aggressive strategy.
He tried, Raheem, but he couldn't do it. You can't hit, but you can't catch. He nailed him hard a few times. 2 or 3 times in the fight I thought that was a hard shot. But AJ didn't allow him to gain momentum when he landed. AJ didn't allow him to dictate the range. Tonight, AJ dictated the range. AJ was the man with the plan.
Is AJ a better fighter now than he was before?
100%. He's a better fighter for what happened on June the 1st at Madison Square Garden. Brother, I don't want to see you guys get run over, so let's just take a couple of steps.
That's a shot we can't take.
That's not a good video, and people will put that shit online.
It will go viral,
and I don't want to be that man. Tony Bellew was doing an interview and got ran down straight away, so yeah, I ain't about that life.
And lastly,
of course we can. You've got to keep walking though.
Lastly, we saw Deontay Wilder lose every round and knock a guy out with 1 shot. He says skills don't pay the bills. Joshua was all about skills tonight after the fight. He says that's what's the most important thing. Which is it?
Oh, listen, there's no denying Deontay Wilder is the most dangerous heavyweight on the planet. He's the most ferocious puncher since a 20-year-old Mike Tyson touched Trevor Berbick in that WBC fight. 20 years old and 5 months he was when he done it. So the youngest heavyweight champion ever. But at the same time, Mike Tyson done it with finesse and skills. It wasn't just a punch. It was someone who went in, got inside, thrown explosive combinations that I've never seen a heavyweight do since. It's just different fighter. But I give Deontay Wilder another amount to get. He is improving. But you can't carry on, continue to learn on the job and face grade A fighters. Listen, if Luis Ortiz went 105, he's continuing to box more and more rounds. He's going to be fresher for longer. But he is, let's be genuinely honest here, he is 50 years old.
Does the Joshua that fought tonight beat the Wilder who fought Ortiz?
If you get caught, mate, it's headaches. It's long. But if you move tonight and use your legs like that, the technical boxing display shown tonight was punch perfect. It's perfect, and that's the kind of approach he needs to have if he's going to beat certain fights in the heavyweight division. But then, if that kind of AJ turns up and faces Fury tonight, that's not going to be the style that's going to defeat Fury, in my opinion, because Fury would love a boxer like that to come in against him, because he's so big with the advantages of weight and height and size. But if the AJ turns up that steamroll through, let's just say, there's been so many that he steamrolled through, that steamrolled through Brazil, or steamrolled through some of the other guys who fought Molina, Dillian in their fight, then that guy can get rid of anyone. So like I said again, tonight he showed so many more dimensions to his game. And that was thanks, lad. What's happening, boys? That will stand him in great stead going forward. So, like I said, I believe he's back to being the best heavyweight in the world. Reminds me very much of Lennox against Rahman, the rematch. I'm not saying he's the new Lennox, because no one can replace Lennox Lewis in the game. This boy's making his own legacy. This guy has created another great night that's going to go down with the Thriller in Manila. That's going to go down with the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire. This is what we know it is. This is going to be, look around you, this thing is going to be remembered. What's happened on the dunes is always going to be remembered. It's going to be a historic moment in heavyweight boxing. AJ has now experienced every single thing boxing can throw. I can't put him in a scenario that he hasn't experienced after tonight. He's experienced it. He's defeated the first man to defeat him.
No one will ever forget Tony Bellew either. You're a great fighter.
Definitely forget
a
me,
wonderful champion, and a good man on the mic. Thank you for the time. Radio Raheem with Tony Bellew.